Hey, Chandler, Eric Franson with 1069 The Fan. You've been part of this program for a while, part of this, you're from the state. I mean, this rivalry, what does it mean to you and potentially having it go away for a little while?
Like you said, growing up here in Utah, been surrounded by a lot of BYU fans. Um, a lot of people in my neighborhood were BYU fans. I was always surrounded by BYU stuff growing up. I have a lot of good friends that play for BYU right now. And then obviously when you get here to Utah State and play ball, it turns into, it's a full-blown rivalry here. So it's an exciting game. It's a fun game to be able to play against some of the guys that you've competed against your entire life or trained with. My buddy Braden Kime plays O-line there. I went to high school with him. Ben Bywater, phenomenal linebacker for them. Trained with him in high school. So there's a lot of guys I know on that team that I've competed against in football and basketball growing up. So it's a fun game. It's a game you definitely try to take some pride in it for sure.
Chandler, Jason Turner from the Herald Journal. They've been, with the exception of the Oregon game, they've defended the run really well this year. Even against Baylor, they did a pretty good job, and that's a very veteran offensive line, Baylor. So, what's the biggest key to being able to establish a rushing attack against those guys?
Just making sure everybody's on the same page pre-snap, making sure our IDs are right. We're playing with good technique. Playing with controlled aggression, and getting to the guys that we need to get to, and just staying within the bounds of the game, playing with proper technique, and at the end of the day, just coming and playing nasty with an attitude. Try to set the tone with the run game this week.
Chandler, coach talked about discipline being an issue with the team. 11 penalties against Weber State, then 11 more against UNLV. What have those conversations been like, and what do you feel like your role is to help get your team dialed in and more composed?
Fact of the matter is right now I don't think we're a very disciplined football team. And that's something that we're going to continue to work on moving forward. I think the one thing that Coach Anderson preaches is right on the edge of out of control, playing with fanatic effort, but not being out of control in a way that's going to cost or hurt the team. And clearly we didn't do a good job of that last week. So that's a huge focus this upcoming week too, is just to be disciplined, like I was mentioning earlier, staying in the bounds of the game. For me personally, I feel like it's to be able to I guess minimize those those penalties. It's just you have to lead by example. You have to hold guys accountable when they get out of place or when they're starting to get out. When they're not acting within their character or within the character of the team. Getting on those guys, telling them, hey, that's not okay. We can't do that. I think just important to hold everybody accountable. Play with fanatic effort, but not on the edge, right on the edge, out of control, but not out of control.
Chandler, Jake Ellis, Utah Statesman. What does this short week do to change your preparation? Obviously, it doesn't seem like you have much time to dwell on Saturday.
Yeah, no, not a lot of time to dwell on Saturday. We're going to flush it, move on, look forward to this week. We got a huge challenge this week. BYU is a phenomenal opponent. Really is not a weak spot on their team. A lot of great players, run a great scheme, great coaches. It's going to be a huge challenge for us this upcoming week, just to focus everybody getting our bodies healthy, having another great week of practice, getting in the film room extra, and just putting our mind forward to Thursday.
Chandler, Brian Phillips, Big Blue USU Aggie News. One thing that you guys, as an offensive line, took pride in last season was your peak physical condition and being able to wear down opposing defensive lines. once we got onto the second half and into the fourth quarter. Do you feel like you're at that level in 2022?
Yeah, I do. I feel like we are at that level. I think in order to put yourself in a position to be able to run guys down in the third and fourth quarter, you have to you have to be effective on first and second down. You got to get first downs rolling. You got to get the chains moving. Once you get the chains moving, and you get the pace offense going, I think that's when we're in better shape than teams we play when it comes to those scenarios when we get rolling down the field. Obviously, that's something that takes some time to build up. Playing in a game is completely different than playing in practice and the pace and the speed of it. But I feel like we are at that same level this year, and we're going to continue to push hard and condition ourselves in practice, so we can take advantage of tired defense at those points of the game.